This is Heavy Conversation with Bruce and Jody, a podcast where we talk about being a big guy in today's world. I'm Bruce. And I'm Jody. Here we go.
Here we go.
All right, here we go. All right, here we go. Hello, Bruce.
Hello, Jody.
How are you?
I'm great. I'm alive. I feel good.
That's good. I know it's been so nice. It's been like sunshiny here in the Portland area. It's been feeling amazing. It was kind of hot for a couple days. It was like, okay, I'm not ready for 90, but I'm ready. I'm enjoying the sunshine.
It's surprising how much of a difference it makes whenever the sun comes out and the heat is here. When we spend most of the year where it's just, dark and cold and rainy, and you get the sun and it's just perfect. Actually, for our Wednesday heavy conversation happy hour that we do on Instagram, I was able to do it from the hammock.
I know. I was jealous. I was at work
this past week. Yes. It was, let me tell you that it was wonderful in that hammock until I had to get out of it. So yeah, there's that. I didn't factor that in. It was trying to get out of the hammock
it looked wonderful though. It looked very relaxing and summery, relaxing in the hammock. Yeah.
Yes. So you're back at work.
I am. I started back to work. It's, trying to adjust back to going to work, however 10-hour days. Man, it is. I didn't realize how much sitting around I was doing. My legs and my back and my feet kind of killing me, and trying to get my body used to, working again and being on my feet so long. But it's kind of nice to have a change of scenery for one. But yeah, it's been an adjustment for sure.
I bet. I mean, it's been a while, just being at home and being in quarantine and all that. I can imagine that it's an adjustment.
Yeah. I mean, even with, going on walks daily, I'm not like, I actually, it's a big store. So when you're moving around, helping people or doing all the tasks that we have to do, I, walk 4 or 5 miles a day when I'm at work. So just my little walks that I was doing before that wasn't quite to what I do when I'm running around at work. So, but yeah, it's been fun, seeing some of our regulars already, and everyone's hey, how's it going, how have you been, we're so glad you guys are open. And people are they're like, oh man, I had no shorts, or like my clothes are I'm running out of stuff to wear, and whatever, or just want to get out of the house and go do something. But yeah, it's been fun so far. It's still pretty early in our being open, but yeah, it's been fun so far.
We're in phase one, here in Portland. So being open again, what's different about the way that you're functioning?
So the employees wear masks and gloves. We have gloves on the entire shift. And in Oregon, the state of Oregon, it's required that even customers wear masks whenever they're inside. So we're requiring people to wear face masks when they come in, or we provide disposable ones if they don't have them. And then there's like a list of like cleaning activities that we do periodically throughout the day on high touch surfaces, wiping down the counter and the pin pads and the door handles, and we have to like wipe out the fitting rooms after each person. And then we quarantine the clothes for 2 days, basically. Anything that someone tries on or returns, we quarantine it for a couple days. Go through a whole process of like steaming the clothes before we put them back out on the sales floor. So, we're just trying to be extra cautious and do as much as we can to keep everybody safe while they're still shopping. And
nice.
And then we also, most of the stores are doing like curbside pickup or whatever. So you can order stuff and pick it up at the store, or just ordering online. I'm filling 100+ orders a day too for online, because since our store hasn't been open, we have a lot of inventory in it. So there were a handful of stores across the country that were just open just for like the managers to go in to help fill orders for online orders. So it was weird. There was a store in I think outside of Utah, in Murray, Utah, that she was filling orders online, and she sent me a picture of like one of the t-shirt walls, and there was only like a couple t-shirts on there, and I'm like, oh my god, that's so scary, like to think of, that's a lot of t-shirts to be shipped out. And she was like, it looks like we're closing because we have nothing in here. And I was like, oh my god.
Wow.
So but yeah, so people are still shopping and getting clothes and taking advantage of really great deals that are kind of happening everywhere. Everyone's kind of got a lot of sales or clearance or whatever going on, trying to move some of the seasonal goods, get ready for new stuff. But
we kind of went into this in the spring, and now it's summer. So
yeah, it was funny because we had just started getting like, some fun shirts and tropical, the tropical shirts like what I'm wearing. This is from last season. Sorry, everyone, but not a new shirt. But but yeah, we were just barely getting the new stuff in just for spring, So, but there's lots of great deals going on. So it's been kind of a fun adjustment going back to work, but it was also kind of like I was nervous and apprehensive. It's just because you don't know, so you're like, oh, how are people going to act when they're out in public? Are people going to actually wear masks? So that was kind of my biggest fear, but it's been pretty good so far. So
nice.
Good job wearing your masks, everyone. Keep it up.
Please continue to wear masks.
Yeah.
Encourage everyone to wear masks. It's super important.
Yeah. And yeah, for any time you're around other people, you need to wear a mask. It doesn't matter if they're not in your house, you need to be wearing a mask around them. There's news about people going to birthday parties with, extended families, and a couple people have it, and then it gets spread around their whole family. And they're like, but I'm like, well,
yeah. And if you're following the news at all right now, you're seeing that numbers are trending up like crazy.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're breaking records. So this is definitely not over. And the fact that we're now able to, at least in many states, able to get out and visit businesses and be around other people, be careful, for your sake and the sake of anyone else you're around.
Yeah, if you want to have stores open, you got to take the precautions. Totally. There's a lot. It's all new for everyone. So be kind to people when you're out. Be kind to your, the restaurant people that are working, anyone that's working, because they're stressed out too. So
yes,
and we're doing the best we can to navigate all the regulations and protocols, and it's all new for us too. So be kind to everyone. It makes it so much easier and nicer. If you can't be nice, just stay home.
Hey, there we go. Perfect.
What is that thing? If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all, or
don't say
something like that
at all. Yep.
But yeah, so that's basically what I've been up to, trying to adjust to that, and
it's awesome,
wrangling schedules around and stuff. But yeah.
Well, cool. Well, good. It sounds like there's a real process in place, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
Speaking of work, I model for DXL from time to time, and we have not done any of that because we can't be around people.
Not much going on anywhere.
Right. So there's a lot of questions kind of in the industry about, what does that look like? How do you do that, and how do you move forward from there?
Mm-hmm.
Luckily, a lot of shoots, you're not like super close to a photographer. There are a lot of ways that you can kind of stay back from them. I guess the problem kind of lies in people who do hair and makeup, the people who are styling you, the stylists that are helping you with your outfits, things like that. So there's a lot to kind of work through, as far as how that works and what it's going to look like moving forward. And I think, the shoots that we start to see happening in the future, at least in the near future, are really going to be still pretty distanced. I think they are going to, we're going to see a lot of mask usage, and we're also going to see brands that are being really creative about how they are working with models, whether they're doing things over Zoom or whether they're having them take photos or do things like that. And you've seen some of that already with the certain brands, and we've talked about that a little bit.
Yeah,
that that they're doing that. But the industry is going to have to, I mean, we're coming up on this. We would have done the fall shoot already had
Oh yeah.
the pandemic not happened. So we would have been at that point and past that and thinking about winter, which we would
Mm-hmm.
have been doing in like September. So
Yep.
um, that is not going to be the case at this point. So it will be a very different world as far as, marketing and promotions and all of that side of things goes.
Yeah, absolutely. I know it's been kind of a challenge for us at Bearskin, even like trying to figure out, because we have another photo shoot. We are going to actually use a couple people, but we're figuring out how we're going to stay distanced and do all that kind of stuff. But it's going to be, our shoots aren't quite as elaborate as maybe something from DXL, but
Sure.
we just use our friends and local people. So we're just going to use some people that we know that have modeled for us in the past, and just kind of do as many precautions. Everyone will wear face masks, and until the model is actually being photographed. And like you said, you're not right up in people's faces. They're kind of a ways away anyway, so it's more than
Right.
6 feet, so it'll be fine. But yeah, it's been kind of a challenge to figure some of those logistics out, and we don't have to travel anywhere. We just drive up to Vancouver, Washington, which isn't very far. So it's not like getting on a plane for you and flying to some exotic fancy destination that DXL flies you to. But
right. Yeah. So there's a lot to think about there. And I don't know that a lot of companies are at the point where they're willing to take those chances,
and that's good. I think that's good. It's kind of it's a luxury. It's not a necessity. Yeah, we do need to have photographs of our products on people in,
right.
In real bodies, all that kind of stuff. But we can,
there are ways we can make it work.
Yeah, you can make it work with people that are more local, use more local, local
right.
talent that are, because DXL is based out of basically Boston, like Canton, Massachusetts. So it's
right.
East Coast. So there's a lot going on out there. So,
yep.
I'm sure they've got people that they can use that are more local, and I think they'll be able to make it work. But yeah, just using more local stuff, keeping it kind of more in-house or whatever you need to do, like we did. I was a model for Bearskin. My partner was a model. So
yeah,
we do what you got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I the latest issue of GQ, they featured an interview with Robert Pattinson, because he is playing Batman in the next Batman movie.
Geez.
And since everything was shut down, he is stuck in a house in London, and they couldn't send a photographer to him, so they had him doing selfies, and they sent him clothes.
Yeah.
I'm sure there was direction there from like an art director or someone.
Yeah, I'm sure.
But even being able to do it like that, and saying, okay, this is how we'll do it. Maybe they sent him a camera, maybe they didn't, maybe they just sent him lighting. I don't know. I can tell you that those selfies are well lit.
Right.
So, it makes me wonder how they set that up. I would love to learn more about the behind the scenes part of that.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
But I do know that some photographers, they've been doing like FaceTime shoots and things like that, and so they're telling the models how to pose over FaceTime. They are, they're having them kind of set up different lighting and do all these things. So there are a lot of ways to make it work, and I think we're going to see a lot more kind of ingenuity and creativity around photo shoots and how this stuff is done, and that's pretty exciting. I think there's some cool ways to do it.
I'm definitely excited for something new and something to kind of stir up that industry as well. I mean, everything's going to be a little different, but having some reason to change it is, going to be kind of fun, and it'll be a lot cheaper because you're not flying so many people to, all these different places. It'll help bring costs down of some of that kind of stuff. I think will be kind of interesting, and it'll be fun to see what actually happens. But
it definitely will.
Yeah, I'm really thirsty, Bruce. I'm sorry. I need to open my beer. Oh, look at you! You already have your what?
So the beer that I brought this week was one that I had to share with my wife.
Okay.
As I got the bottle out, she's like, "You can let me have some of that, right?" And I was like, "Of course I am."
Yes. Yeah.
So I was unable to bring the bottle down, but I did get a photo of the
Okay.
Label. So I am going to show you that. It's called Carina Peach Sour from Ecliptic Brewing.
Ooh,
So there
that
we
sounds
go.
yummy.
Yes, and it's peachy.
Mm-hmm.
It's slightly sour.
Okay.
Let's see.
Carina Peach Sour.
Yes, yes, yeah,
You said ecliptic,
yes,
whatever. What
yes.
is it?
Ecliptic. Yeah,
Not
yeah.
ecliptic.
Elliptical
Yeah.
brewing. Yeah, yeah. It's good. It's sour. It's slightly peachy. Not too bad.
Yeah.
I'm going to go through this fast since I started before the broadcast. So
Oh.
I do have a backup that I may or may not have had on the podcast before. I
Oh.
know it's hot here today, so
Yes.
Rainier.
Rainier for
Yeah.
backup.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I have a very sweaty can of pistachio cream ale from Indeed Brewing.
Whoa.
That's kind of a
Ooh.
fun something. It is a 5.5% alcohol by volume, a 15 IBU.
Wow.
It says, like liberating a pistachio nut from its shell, our pistachio cream ale is supremely satisfying. Spritzy and crisp. Spritzy? Yeah. Smooth and slightly nutty. This beer is a delightful mixed bag.
That sounds amazing.
Pry one loose and pop the top. All right. I'm not sometimes the cream ales are a little. Whew.
Yes.
I want it to be green or something, but
That would be amazing. What do you think?
Ooh.
Yeah. Nice.
Wow.
Nice. I like pistachio anything, so I can only imagine.
I love pistachio as well. So
Nice.
Wow. It's like,
yeah,
there is something in there that it's the nutty. It is kind of nutty, but not. Yeah. Wow.
That's awesome.
That is really yummy.
I love that when a beer surprises you.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is one of the beers I got from the Taver app.
Nice.
So they give you a beer a day that you can pick or buy. You have to buy them pretty quick lately. I went a little crazy on my first batch. So I have not ordered any more. I'm just like, okay, I need to calm down. 44 cans of beer or 44. There's a couple bottles. That was a lot. I was like,
that's amazing. That's
but
amazing.
It's a really fun, like this one. I would have never probably picked this if I would have seen it. Like, I don't know, maybe. I mean, maybe I would have, but pistachio cream ale. Good job indeed. And where are they from?
Yeah.
I don't know. I have it over here. I did open up it Untapped. It doesn't say there either. Oh, Indeed Brewing Company. Pull it up. It's
yes. Follow our beer list. It's the Heavy Conversation beer list on Untapped. Jody is. What's your name on Untapped?
It's Jody.
Oh,
yeah.
There we go.
It's nothing fancy.
I think something is happening to your internet connection here, Jody. You're you cut out and then you were speaking very quickly. Yeah, you're sounding fine, but you're in super slow motion in the video. Like it's well, as you can see, we're having some interesting technical difficulties. It's part of the magic of doing podcasts, across the internet, is that you never know what's going to happen and what you're going to get. But look at that! It's some of these poses, Jody, where it's like you look majestic. It was perfect there for a second. Your chin was up. It was like inspirational. I love it. Yes, look at that. Yes. So we're gonna call it a podcast here, and if you haven't already, please subscribe. We have tons and tons of episodes that you can go back and listen to. Tell your friends about the podcast. We are at Heavy Convo everywhere that you like to do your socials. So check us out. Tell your friends, and we will be back next week. And of course, if you're on Instagram, please follow us at Heavy Convo and join us on Wednesdays at 4 Pacific for our happy hour, the Heavy Conversation Happy Hour, where we open a beverage, talk about we talk a little bit about each episode, but we talk about kind of whatever comes up. It's kind of a free-flowing episode. So So, Jody, good to see you again. Frozen in time. All right. See you next time. Bye-bye. Thanks for listening to Heavy Conversation. Be sure to like and subscribe on iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.